Cayenne, Cayenne, and Cayenne once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Today, I'm back with fruit of the day, the one and only cayenne pepper. So maybe you pronounce it cayenne. Maybe you prefer spicy chili peppers. Maybe you prefer mild peppers. Well, whatever the case may be, please listen and watch on why, because we're about to dive just a little deeper into the cayenne pepper. All right, first up, a little bit of background information. Cayenne is a shrub that originated in Central and South America and now grows in subtropical and tropical climates. Its hollow fruit grows into long pods that turn red, orange, or yellow when they ripen. Guys, here's something that I need to point out to you is that all peppers, right, are fruit. And let's quickly remember what a fruit is. A fruit is any plant food that number one has seeds and number two has an edible fleshy body. All right. Also, the chili originated in Central and South America. It's named after the capital city of French Guiana, Cayenne. So take a look at the picture, guys. I wanted to show you exactly where French Guiana is located. So as you can see, it is bordered by Suriname, the Atlantic Ocean, and good old Brazil. So I guess that means it's located on the continent of South America. So there we have it, guys. A little bit of background information about the one and only cayenne pepper. All right, now it's time to dive into a few fun facts. On the Scoville rating scale, cayenne pepper is rated typically anywhere from 30,000 to 190,000 Scoville heat units. Cayenne peppers are available year-round in supermarkets or health food stores, and you can find them in fresh, dried, or powdered form. So take a look at the picture, guys. As you can see, we see the dried form, and we also see the powdered form. So ultimately, it's up to you however you want to consume your cayenne peppers. All right, more fun facts. Here's a breakdown of some simple ways you can use cayenne in your daily health regime. You can, of course, add it to meals, and ultimately, it's up to you. You know, it is spicy, so if you prefer spicy foods, then go ahead and add a lot. If you prefer mild foods, then add a little bit. Believe it or not, you can also drink it. You can take capsules. Just take a look at the picture. It's full of the powdered form, or you can apply it topically. So what that simply means is that it can come in a cream or a lotion, and it can be applied to the skin. We'll talk more about that later. So there we have it, guys. Even more fun facts about the one and only cayenne pepper. All right, it's time for the not so fun facts. When applied topically, meaning on the skin, cayenne pepper side effects may include skin irritation, burning, and itching. It can also be extremely irritating to the eyes, nose, and throat. So be careful when using cayenne pepper on sensitive skin or around the eyes. When consumed in moderate doses, side effects can include upset stomach and irritation, sweating, flushing, and a runny nose. Wow. So even though cayenne pepper may be a fruit, excuse me, and it may have some very important health benefits, it's always important to be careful when using this particular fruit, whether you're going to apply it topically or in the powdered or the fresh form. So there we have it, guys. Some not so fun facts about the one and only cayenne pepper. All right, more not so fun facts. Because cayenne pepper may increase bleeding during and after surgery, it's best to stop using cayenne pepper as a natural medication at least 2 weeks before a scheduled surgery. So, ladies and gentlemen, you probably want to let your doctor or your surgeon know that you're currently taking cayenne pepper, right? So then that way they can advise you accordingly. Also, medications that slow blood clotting, such as anticoagulant and antiplatelet drugs, interact with cayenne pepper and should be avoided if you are using cayenne pepper as a natural health remedy. So once again, it's always a good idea to talk to your healthcare provider if in fact you are on any type of medication that has anything to do with slowing down the blood clotting process. And lastly, it's wise not to use cayenne pepper on children under the age of 2. It can be irritating and may lead to a negative reaction, especially on the skin. So for those of us who have little ones, right, be careful with the cayenne pepper, all right? So there we have it, guys. More not so fun facts about the one and only cayenne pepper. All right, it's time to dive into the 520 rule. Ladies and gentlemen, the 520 rule is all about food labels. That's right, guys. The 520 rule helps us to read and understand food labels. Basically, it's a guide. It's a guide that lets us know whether or not a food or beverage item is a good source or not a good source of any particular nutrient. Now, when we talk about the 520 rule, really what we're talking about is percent daily value, abbreviated percent DV. Now, let's take a look at our sample food label, or we can say our picture. It's divided into 3 parts. We have the purple portion, we have the yellow portion, and then we have the light blue portion. So let's go portion by portion. First, let's take a look at the light purple, or we can say lavender column. It is entitled percent daily value. Now, as you can see, percent daily value is given as a percentage. Now, basically, it can range from as low as 0% to as high as 100%. Now, there are some rare cases where percent DV can exceed 100%. However, that is rare. Now, let's take a look at the yellow portion. Guys, the yellow portion basically highlights a few nutrients that unfortunately do a really good job at promoting sickness, illness, and disease within the human body. So, say hello to saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, and sodium. Now, because these nutrients do a really good job at promoting disease within the body temple, you really want to make sure that whatever you're eating and or drinking, that the percent DV is as close to 0% as possible. Now, let's take a look at the light blue portion. The dietary fiber, the vitamin A, the vitamin C, the calcium, and the iron, which basically represent all vitamins and minerals. Well, here's the good news, is that these nutrients do just the opposite of the yellow nutrients. Rather than promote disease, sickness, and illness, they promote wellness and health within the body. So if anything, whether you're eating or drinking, you want to make sure that the percent DV for these nutrients are as close to 100% as possible. So let's dive just a little deeper into the 520 rule. Ladies and gentlemen, if a food or beverage item offers 0% to 9% DV of any particular nutrient, then that food or beverage item is considered not a good source of that particular nutrient. Next, if the food or beverage item that you're consuming offers 10% to 19% DV of any particular nutrient, then that food or beverage item is considered a good source of that particular nutrient. Lastly, if the food or beverage item offers 20% DV or greater, then that food or beverage item is considered an excellent source of that particular nutrient. So there we have it, guys. The ins and outs about the 520 rule. All right, 23% Nation, let's dive into the nutrition facts of the one and only cayenne pepper. So for today's lecture, we're going to simply say that a single serving of cayenne pepper is 1 teaspoon. That's it, guys, just 1 teaspoon. So in this teaspoon, we're only going to get 5.6 calories, only 1 gram of carbohydrates. Look at this, 0.2 grams of protein. Also 0.3 grams of fat and only 0.5 grams of fiber. Interesting. Now, let's dive into the vitamins. First up is vitamin A coming in at 15% DV, good source. Then we have vitamin E coming in at only 3% DV, not a good source. Then we have vitamin C coming in at only 2% DV, not a good source. And then we have vitamin K coming in at only 2% DV, not a good source. Now, some of us may be wondering, well, Coach D, why in the world would I consume cayenne pepper when it's only giving me a very small amount of all of those amazing nutrients? Well, guys, let's refer back to the serving size. It's only 1 teaspoon. So if you want more vitamin A, more vitamin E, C, and K, then all you have to do is double, maybe even triple, or why not quadruple the serving size. So there we have it, guys, the nutrition facts about the one and only cayenne pepper. All right, it's time to dive into the health benefits, so here we go. But before we do, allow me to offer you this. Guys, I want to talk with you about the principle of cause and effect and how it relates to the health benefits of cayenne pepper. The principle of cause and effect is one of the 7 Hermetic principles, and basically it states that every cause has its effect and every effect has its cause. There really is no such thing as chance and or luck or even coincidence. In other words, everything happens for a reason. So how does this all relate to cayenne pepper? Well, guys, if you want to be healthy, if you want to reap the benefits, then you gotta eat it. It's just that simple. So in other words, the nutrients are really the causes and the effects, or we can say the benefits are the effects. Okay? So let's go through them one by one. Benefit number 1. Cayenne pepper helps digestion by stimulating the production of saliva and gastric juices. Amazing. So the question is, which phytonutrient is responsible? Well, say hello to capsaicin. Number 2, relieves migraine pain. So guys, if you're suffering from migraines, well, it's time to eat more cayenne pepper. But particularly the phytonutrient responsible for it is capsaicin once again. Number 3, prevents blood clots. Which phytonutrient is responsible? Capsaicin. Provides detox support. Thank you, capsaicin. Next up, relieves joint and nerve pain. Capsaicin, once again. Supports weight loss. Capsaicin, again, works as an anti-irritant. Well, say hello to capsaicin once again. Now, I do understand that capsaicin seems like a panacea, right? Meaning a cure-all. But here's the thing, guys. Because I list capsaicin as being responsible for all of these benefits, you don't necessarily want to go out and find and start taking a capsaicin supplement. You got to remember something, that capsaicin is just one of many phytonutrients that are found in cayenne pepper. So not only do you want to get the capsaicin from the cayenne pepper, but you also want to get all of the other nutrients that come in the cayenne pepper. Why? Because they work synergistically, not by themselves. All right, more health benefits, believe it or not. Number 8, treats psoriasis. Now, for those of us who are unfamiliar with psoriasis, basically it's a skin condition, okay? So the question is, which phytonutrient is responsible? Well, capsaicin once again. Number 9, cayenne pepper boosts metabolism. Well, capsaicin does that too. Number 10, fights cold and the flu. Well, finally, a new phytonutrient, right? Say hello to beta carotene. Number 11, maintains healthy vision and skin. Say hello to vitamin A. Slows the aging process. Well, I guess this means this is a fountain of youth. Say hello to vitamin E. Prevents allergies. Capsaicin, possible anti-cancer agent. Say hello to capsaicin once again. And lastly, cayenne pepper has antifungal properties. Well, which phytonutrient is responsible? Well, we got to say hello to capsaicin once again. So there we have it, guys. 15 amazing health benefits from the one and only cayenne pepper. All right, it's time to talk about food. Yes, 23% nation. Let's visit forksOverKnives.com. Now, forksOverKnives.com is our go-to website for everything vegan, right? By the way, there is a movie entitled Forks Over Knives, which I highly recommend you watch. Now, as usual, I went to the website, did a little bit of research on cayenne pepper, and look at what I found. 2 amazing vegan cayenne pepper recipes that I want to share with you right now. So the first one is Mexican chocolate brownies. Take a look at the picture. Looks amazing and delicious, right? The second recipe is 3 bean chili for a crowd. Take a look at that picture. Looks delicious, yes. Now, here's the thing. If you are at all interested in making either one of these recipes, All you have to do is click on the description box. Why? Because I'm providing you with a direct link to each recipe. That's right. So do me a favor. Make them, taste them, come back to the video and share your thoughts. Right? So here we have it, guys. Not one but two amazing vegan cayenne pepper recipes from forksOverKnives.com. All right, 23% Nation, I hear you. A lot of you say, well, Coach D, thanks for the fun facts. Coach D, I appreciate the not so fun facts, and I really enjoy the nutrition facts. But what I really want to know is, when in the world should I eat more cayenne peppers? Well, guys, if that's your question, then I got to tell you that the perfect day, and I do mean the perfect day to eat more cayenne pepper, is Nature Day. What? Nature Day? Oh, yes, good old Nature Day. Ladies and gentlemen, Nature Day is the first day of the 23% challenge. Now, maybe you've been living under a rock and you've never heard of the challenge before. Well, in a nutshell, here we go. The 23% challenge is a monthly 7-day wellness program that is designed to help improve your health, your wealth, your relationships, and it also helps to save good old planet Earth. That's right, guys, in only 7 days. Now, here's the interesting thing about the challenge is that not only is it monthly in 7 days, but it's the first 7 days of every month. That's right, the first all the way through the 7th. Now, being that Nature Day is the first day of the challenge, that simply means that the first day of every month is Nature Day. That's right. So whether it's October 1st, November 1st, or December 1st, it's always Nature Day. Now, maybe you're intrigued. Maybe you're inspired. Maybe you are empowered to start eating more plants, right? Or maybe you've been stricken with the big four. Maybe you have diabetes, heart disease. Maybe you're obese. Maybe you have cancer. Or maybe you're just looking for a way to eat more plants, right? Well, I've come up with a few different ways to help facilitate that. So how about this? How about eating only plants and drinking only water before 12 p.m.? Or if you can't do that, how about after 12 p.m.? I believe in taking baby steps. Or if you want to make a greater commitment, try to become a 3% vegan. Now, what in the world is that? Well, it's anyone, man, woman, or child who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 1 day out of an entire month. Next up, for greater commitment, you may want to try to become a 10% vegan. What is that? It's anyone, man, woman, or child who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 3 days out of an entire month. Next up is a 17% vegan. Now, this person is committed, right, to 5 days of only plant foods and only water. And lastly is a 23% vegan. Now, technically, that's what Coach D considers himself to be. So the question is, what do I eat for the first 7 days of every month? Well, guys, I stick to the 5 food groups of plant foods, and they happen to be fruits, vegetables and herbs, nuts and seeds, legumes, meaning beans and peas, and let's not forget about good old whole grains. So there we have it, guys, the ins and outs about Nature Day. All right. Now, because I want your Nature Day to be successful, I want to offer you a little bit of help, a little bit of assistance. I want to offer you Coach D's tips. Tip number 1, go visit your local grocery store. Now, when you get there, you're going to go to 2 places. Number 1 is the produce section, and number 2 is the freezer aisle. Why the produce section? Well, that's where you're going to find all of your fresh plant foods. Why the freezer aisle? Well, because that's where you're going to find all of your frozen plant foods. Now, some of us may be wondering, Coach D, what's better, fresh or frozen? Well, I'll put it to you this way. As far as the nutrient content is concerned, believe it or not, they're pretty much the same. However, if you're the type of person who can't wait to get home and gobble down their plant foods, then you probably want to go with the fresh options. However, if you're the type of person who likes to delay and procrastinate and put it off to another day, then you probably want to go with the frozen options. Why? Because they simply last longer. Tip number 2, go visit the prepared dishes section of your local grocery store. So once you're finished with the produce section and the freezer aisle, walk on over to the prepared dishes section. Now, talk to the person behind the counter and ask them if they have any vegan, not vegetarian options, right? Ask for a sample. They'll give it to you. It's free. Hopefully you like it. And if you do, either purchase it by the pound or maybe even 2, maybe even 3 pounds if you really, really, really like it. Tip number 3, go visit your local farmer's market. Now, this is for those of us who must eat organic plant foods only. No GMOs, right? Well, guys, believe it or not, farmers markets are the ideal place to shop for organic produce. Now, if you don't know where one is, do a quick Google search. Type in farmers markets near me, and within less than half of a second, Google will give you your desired results. Tip number 4, go visit your local vegan restaurant. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to support the vegan community by eating at a vegan restaurant. Now, I try to eat at them as much as possible, and I'll tell you one of the major advantages is that they hire vegan chefs. Now, vegan chefs are stupendous. Why? Because not only do they know how to cook plant foods, but they also know exactly which plant foods to combine together to yield the most nutritious, delicious dishes. So please, go eat at your local vegan restaurant. And tip number 5. And this is for those of us who don't like to cook plant foods. This is for those of us who don't have time to cook plant foods. This is for those of us who don't want to cook plant foods, right? Well, I say let somebody else do it for you. So, get a subscription to a vegan meal prep company. That's right, guys. It's a 3-step process. They make it, they deliver it, you eat it. It's just that simple. So there we have it, guys. 5 amazing tips from Coach D to help make your nature day successful. All right, it's time for our question of the day, which comes from yours truly and the rest of the 23% nation. We want to know, true or false? The Cayenne Pepper is named after the capital city of French Guiana. Now, I believe I covered this information earlier in the video, so if you tune me out or if you didn't hear it, just simply hit rewind and, of course, write your answer in the comment box below. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. As always, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. This is your man, Coach D. Now, before I sign out, I got to ask you to please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, especially if you love cayenne peppers. And don't forget to use our 3-word mantra. It's hashtag eat more plants. As stated earlier, my name is Coach D. Always remember to take care, God bless, and never ever forget that Coach D loves you.